What if I told you that your credit score is probably 100 points lower than it should be right now, and it's not because you're bad with money? It's because nobody ever taught you the 5 specific things that control that number. Not your parents, not your school, not your bank. I'm going to fix that today. I'm breaking down the exact steps that moved a credit score from the 500S to the 700S, and I'm going to show you how fast it can actually happen when you know what you're doing. No gimmicks, no credit repair scams, just the actual mechanics of how your score works and exactly what to do about it. And let's get into it. Welcome back if you're new here. This channel is all about real money strategies for real people. We talk about debt, investing, and building wealth without the gatekeeping. Subscribe if that's what you need. We post every single week. All right, today we are going deep on credit scores. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you are going to understand your credit score better than 90% of Americans. Let's start with the basics so we're all on the same page. Your credit score is a 3-digit number between 300 and 850. It tells lenders how risky it is to loan you money. The higher the number, the more trustworthy you look on paper, and the better the interest rates and terms you get on everything from car loans to mortgages to credit cards. Here's what most people don't know. Your score is calculated using 5 specific factors, and each one carries a different weight. Payment history, 35%. The single biggest factor. Do you pay your bills on time? One missed payment can drop your score 50 to 100 points overnight. Credit utilization, 30%. How much of your available credit are you using? This is the fastest thing you can change, and we're going to spend a lot of time here. Length of credit history, 15%. How long have your accounts been open? Older accounts help your score. This is why you should almost never close an old credit card. Credit mix, 10%. Do you have different types of credit? Cards, loans, a mortgage? A mix helps your score slightly. New credit inquiries, 10%. Every time you apply for new credit, your score takes a small temporary hit. Too many applications at once is a red flag to lenders. Those 5 factors, that's the entire game. Everything we're doing today targets one or more of them. Let's start with the moves that can change your score the fastest, sometimes within 30 to 45 days. Fast Win has Hone crush your credit utilization. This is the single fastest lever you can pull. Credit utilization is the percentage of your available credit that you're currently using. The magic number you need to know is 30%. And honestly, under 10% is where the real score gains happen. Here's what that means in real numbers. If you have a credit card with a $5,000 limit and you're carrying a $2,500 balance, your utilization is 50%. That is crushing your score. Get it under $1,500 and you're at 30%. Get it under $500 and you're under 10%. That alone could move your score 20 to 50 points. Here's the thing people miss. Your credit card company reports your balance to the credit bureaus once a month, usually on your statement closing date. So even if you pay your card in full every month, if your balance is high on that reporting date, your score reflects that high utilization. Pay your balance down before the statement closes. Not just the minimum. The full balance or as close as you can get. Pro tip, call your credit card company and ask them which date they report to the bureaus. Then make sure your balance is low by that date every single month. Fast Win #2, become an authorized user. If you have a family member or close friend with excellent credit, a long history, low utilization, no missed payments, ask them to add you as an authorized user on one of their credit cards. You don't even need to use the card. Their entire positive history on that card gets added to your credit report. This can add decades of positive history to your file overnight. This is completely legal, completely legitimate, and one of the most underused credit building strategies out there. Fast Win #3, dispute any errors on your report. Go to annualcreditreport.com right now. That is the only officially authorized free credit report site. Pull your report from all three bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Look for anything that doesn't belong. Wrong account. Late payment you didn't make. Account you don't recognize. Debt that's been paid but still showing as open. Studies show that roughly 1 inch 5 credit reports contains an error significant enough to affect the score. That could be your score being dragged down by a mistake you don't even know is there. Dispute every error directly with the Bureau online. They have 30 days to investigate and respond. If they can't verify it, it has to come off. This is one of the only completely free and guaranteed ways to potentially raise your score fast. Okay, those are your fast wins. Now let's talk about what you do over the next 3 to 6 months to keep building. Move has honed. Never miss a payment again. Ever. Payment history is 35% of your score. It is the foundation. One single missed payment, even on a small bill, can drop your score 50 to 100 points and stay on your report for 7 years. Set up autopay for every single account. At minimum autopay, the minimum payment so you never accidentally miss one, then manually pay the rest on top. This one habit protects the biggest piece of your score permanently. Move #2, open a secured credit card if you have no credit or bad credit. A secured card works like this. You deposit money, usually $200 to $500, and that deposit becomes your credit limit. You use the card for small purchases. You pay it off in full every month. The bank reports your on-time payments to the credit bureaus. After 6 to 12 months of perfect payment history, many secured cards automatically upgrade you to a regular unsecured card and return your deposit. Meanwhile, your score has been climbing the entire time. The Discover It secured card and the Capital One Platinum secured card are two of the best options for this. Both report to all three bureaus and have no annual fee or a very low one. Move #3, ask for a credit limit increase. This one is sneaky smart. Call your credit card company and request a credit limit increase. If they approve it without a hard inquiry, your available credit goes up, your balance stays the same, and your utilization percentage drops instantly. For example, you have a $3,000 limit and a $1,000 balance. That's 33% utilization. They raise your limit to $5,000. Now that same $1,000 balance is only 20% utilization. You did nothing except make a phone call. Ask specifically if they can do it without a hard inquiry. Many will. If they say no, decide if the score hit from the inquiry is worth it based on how much the limit increase would help your utilization. Move #4, never close old credit cards. This is the mistake I see constantly. Someone pays off a credit card they don't use anymore and closes the account. They think they're being responsible. What they're actually doing is reducing their total available credit, which raises their utilization, and potentially shortening their average credit history age. Keep old accounts open. If there's a high annual fee you don't want to pay, call and ask to downgrade to a no-fee version of the same card. Keep the account alive and the history intact. Cut up the physical card if you're worried about spending on it, but do not close it. Now, just as important as what TO do is what not to do. These are the mistakes that will tank your score right when you're trying to build it. Don't apply for multiple cards at once. Every hard inquiry drops your score a few points. Apply for one card, build history, then consider another one later. Applying for 5 cards in a month looks desperate to lenders and the score hit adds up fast. Don't fall for credit repair scams. If a company is promising to magically erase accurate negative items from your credit report, they are lying to you. Accurate negative information, like a legitimate missed payment, stays on your report for 7 years. Nobody can remove it early. Legitimate credit repair is simply disputing genuine errors, which you can do yourself for free. Don't max out your cards even if you pay them off. I said this earlier, but it's worth repeating. If you charge $4,500 on a $5,000 card and pay it in full at the end of the month, you might think you're fine because you paid it. But if that balance was reported to the bureaus before you paid it, your score saw 90% utilization that month, spread large purchases across multiple cards, or pay mid-cycle before the statement closes, don't co-sign loans carelessly. When you co-sign, that debt appears on your credit report. If the other person misses a payment, your score takes the hit. Co-signing is a generous thing to do for someone you trust completely, but understand the risk is entirely yours. Here's exactly what to do this week to start moving your score. Pull your free credit reports at annualcreditreport.com, all three bureaus, and look for errors to dispute. Check your credit utilization on every card. If any card is above 30%, make a plan to pay it down or call and request a limit increase. Set up autopay on every single account so you never accidentally miss a payment. Find out your statement closing date on each credit card and make sure your balance is low before that date every month. If you have a trusted family member with great credit, ask them about adding you as an authorized user. That's 5 steps. This weekend, free. No credit repair company needed. Your credit score is not a judgment of your character, it's a math equation. And now you know exactly how the math works? Subscribe for weekly videos just like this one.